It is Tuesday, my dudes. Got back from download yesterday. #drownload. Loads of fun. Tosca were amazing. All the bands were amazing. Tool were amazing. And I just spent yesterday getting back. Took a while to get in and drive back from Derby and all of that. And then caught up some work. Had an early night. And then today it's just been flat out work really. My kitchen is a bomb site. My entire flat is a bomb site. Ugh. Why is that dripping? And now I'm just going to head out and meet Ben for our Monday coffee. Monday coffee. That is now on Tuesday. Oh god. And just do our weekly catch up. And we're going to move forward on a load of proposal stuff that we're going to be sending to the artists we're going to be reaching out to teach our new workshops. So fun stuff, admin-y stuff. Hope you're good. If you went to download, I hope you survived. I hope you didn't drown in the mud. And I'm not going to take the camera with me this time because it's horrible outside. We're going to be sitting in a cafe where there's going to be loud music and we're going to be doing a bunch of boring planning stuff. So I'll just update you later. Maybe Ben will update you as well. Yeah, let's go.
Hello. This lens is fogging up because it's been cold in my bag and I just got it out in my nice warm office. Why is the lens cold? I'll tell you, because I took this to Download Festival because Tosca just played Download 2019. It was crazy. Very, very cool experience, and one that I will never forget actually. It was absolutely mind-blowing walking out on stage, because that is something that we have been wanting to do for about 13 years, since me and Beer and Dave started playing music together. So crazy experience. So anyway, straight back into this, and the last bit of what we need to do to get the guitar workouts course is to extract the exercise audio so that you guys can use it on the website along with our practice tools, and make sure that you don't just have to watch the video and skip through to where the actual exercises are to be able to jump straight in and practice them. So literally this is a case of going into the lessons and cutting where the exercises are, because Max teaches each exercise slow and then up to speed. It's all to a metronome, and you learn each exercise in detail in the lesson, but we want you to be able to practice the exercise in isolation as well. So we're just going through and just extracting this bit like this, and so forth, and that's the slow version of the exercise, and then the fast version out as well. So just want to make sure you guys have got all of the tools and means to practice this kind of stuff properly. So I've got a load more of these to do. I'm about to crack on and do that right now. And there they are in all their glory. So many exercises. You've got a lot to go at, people. All right, enjoy. Hey, what's going on? I'm in Yorkshire, up north, seeing family. Now normally, Yorkshire is a beautiful, scenic, joyous part of the world, but right now, it's chucking it down. So we're stuck in. But yeah, I've just been researching what microphones we're going to use for the Modern Musician podcast, because we're kicking that back off with this new bout of monthly workshops we're going to be working on. So part of that is looking into how do we make the podcast look and sound awesome. So our thought process is thus: if we have an awesome artist in with us filming a workshop, which is going to be our new format of smaller courses but focusing on specific topics. It's going to be awesome. I'm psyched. I keep saying that, but I can't wait. If we've got that amazing artist in, then we should absolutely make an episode of the Modern Musician podcast with them, where we get to hear their thoughts on the music industry, on being a modern musician, and their advice to you guys as people on their musical journey. So it's going to be awesome. But we were working out, okay, how do we get that looking, sounding pristine? Because that's what we're all about here at Musicisum. And so I've settled on the legendary, iconic Shure SM7B microphones. This one right here. Thank you, John, for adding that in. Beautiful edit, my friend. And they are amazing at sort of close speech. So you've probably seen them on podcasts where they've got that big black microphone. It's chunky, but it sounds great. It's a really rich sounding mic. And it's also a really versatile mic for recording various music things as well. So you can put it on a kick drum, you can put it on a bass cab, put it on a guitar cab, you can record vocals with it. So it's going to be good to have some, but we need 3 because the Modern Musician podcast is going to be at least me and Dan. And it's normally going to be with 1 guest as well. So a bit of a ticket, but we're going to invest in the podcast and get 3 SM7s. So fortunately, I'm good friends with the people over at Shaw, and they always look after us. So I've just called them this morning, and they said we can give you a little cheeky discount. We can give you a little something. So yeah, we're buying 3 Shaw SM7Bs. They are our new podcast microphone of choice, and can't wait to get stuck in to making more Modern Musician podcasts. Let me take you over to the laptop and show you what me and Dan have been working on in the meantime. So I'm in the dining room, which actually, people call it a dining room, but they don't often dine in there. And I wonder why they call it that. It's more like an empty room. So I'm in the empty room, the quiet room, the room where I can get a little bit of work done in peace and quiet, because it's chucking it down and we are not going outside right now. So what am I working on for Musicisum? Well, we are doing an artist proposal, which is, given that we want to make all these new workshops and we want to get some really awesome artists in to do that, we want to make sure that how we present that idea to them is slick and concise and very clear on what we want to do with them, because we're going to want to get a lot done in quite a short amount of time. So part of that is putting together something like this, which is a whole proposal that's going over to them. Me and Dan are working through this at the moment. So that's going to be like a summary of the workshop that we want to do with that artist and why, like what is it we think they're going to do really well. And an overview of the content that we want to shoot while we're there. So in the few days that we've got them, we want to shoot the actual workshop itself. And so the workshop is that kind of shorter form course than what we've put out so far. We're still absolutely going to be doing our big, long courses like the guitar, singing and music production courses, but we want to also put out much more regular stuff for you guys. So that's why we're doing these workshops. It's a chance to work with a lot more artists a lot more regularly. So defining what a workshop is, and we're also going to be doing these types of content that we've spoken about before called challenges, and that's going to be a single video where that artist is going to challenge you to do a concept or an exercise or a framework to work within. So for example, that could be challenging you to come up with a 16-bar melodic phrase only using the 3rd position of the minor pentatonic, something like that, where there's a restriction on what you can do and some sort of parameters for that challenge, and they'll sort of guide you through some ideas and some approaches. And the idea is to challenge you. It does what it says on the tin. So you kind of got that focus, you've got that sort of competition with yourself, and also we want to bring that out to the whole Musicisum community, so that as we roll this out over time, every time there's a new challenge out, everyone's going to jump on that and start uploading and submitting their own versions of what they can do with it. And that's what I'm really excited about, is seeing what everyone does with the challenges that we're doing. All steaming, firing, all cylinders, whatever the phrase is, all cylinders ahead, forwards, steam. So yeah, kind of putting this proposal together, working through it with Dan at the moment, because it's going to be hectic with that artist. It's going to be busy for those few days. We put together a really detailed schedule of when everything needs to happen, and it's pretty full on. But the good news is it nearly ends kind of on the 3rd day with dinner and beers, so we can all have a bit of a chill, we can all relax, but then we come back and shoot the podcast. So I think there's going to be some more lucid conversations than you may have at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we've also put together a lesson planner for the artists, so that is to sort of get a more consistent format for our lessons. So what we want to do with Musicisum is distill great ideas into a really easy to understand format that inspires you to play music and to become a more creatively fulfilled musician. I should really write that down. That was a good summary of what I want Musicisum to be. The challenge there is cutting out the fluff, cutting out all the stuff that gets in the way of the information. So by having a lesson planner, which, it does standardize the format a little bit. So you've got the title of the lesson and how we introduce that, and what's the end goal of the lesson, what information are you going to come away with as someone learning from this, why are we teaching you this, what's the purpose of it, how do you apply it, and then kind of points of the lesson of what you're learning, and then the application and the takeaways that how can you summarize what you've learned, and more importantly, how can you go and practice it and work on it. That's really, really important and something that we want to push more. So cracking on with that right now. It's still chucking it down, so I'm going to carry on, and I hope you have an awesome day wherever you are in the world. See you soon.
Fix my coffee machine. Which is great news, because today, new coffee day. Boom. Let's do this. I can't tell you how happy that makes me. It was looking rough for a while. Anyway, big week. Big week of just lots to do, actually. So, preparing for Mystic Festival with Frog Leap in Krakow next week. Ben was buying a load of the gear that he's been talking about, and we're looking at all of that. And there's a bunch of payment, validation stuff for us to do on the website, which basically means we have to update all of the way the payments are processed to comply with some new regulations, and if that's not done, then we're going to struggle to take payments on the website. Doing a bunch of new stuff with our designers. So yeah, there's just a lot of work going on, and I haven't really had much chance to vlog so far. Don't know if I'll get a chance to vlog again this week, but we're all good. We're just working hard, and sometimes it's really good to turn the camera on and get some stuff out, but other times you're either too busy or the things that you're actually doing just aren't relevant or useful to other people, I guess. A bit boring to vlog payment validation stuff. Probably quite a small niche of people who'd be interested in that. I think Ben's been shooting a bit, so hopefully Ben's going to take the lead on this one a bit more than I am, and yeah, maybe I'll take the camera with me to Poland and capture some Frog Leap stuff. But everything's going well, we're all good, just super busy right now, so catch you in a bit.
Hey, how you doing? I'm back from Yorkshire in Brighton, as you can tell from the whoop, the sun. No, it was a great trip. So I'm back in the cave and the rig of joy, and what I'm doing today is sorting out all of the media that kind of gets scattered all over the place when you work on a course, and particularly we've had to do all that crazy upload I was telling you about. So the main drive that I use to sort of store and edit everything off has been at Dan's, so I've kind of had a few different hard drives and things got a little bit messy. I thought I lost some things, but I didn't. Happy days. So what this process is, let me walk you through it actually. Hold it right there. So let me walk you through what happens when we sign off a course. So there's 4 windows open here, and basically what I've got going on is up here I've got the main hard drive, which is this crazy thing down there, and up there is kind of the master folder for each lesson. And then I've got down here, so I work left to right, so if I'm copying stuff that goes on the left, and what I'm copying it to goes on the right. So down here I've got one of the hard drives that I've been editing off. So the whole point of this is to compare what I've been working off to the master copy before we kind of sign off the whole course, to make sure that there's no little bits that we added or anything that I've kind of created on the fly as I was editing it that isn't on the master drive. Because sometimes you're going through and you're like, oh, we need a click track for this, or we need some extra bits here and there, and we make that as we go, and then sometimes it's just good to check that everything is in one place. It's quite a manual process, but it's opening every single lesson, every folder, and comparing the dates of stuff and making sure you've got it all in one place. Now if I find something that's kind of old and redundant, and I'm like, oh, I don't need that thing anymore, then instead of just deleting it, I've learned this from experience. I should be less keen to delete, because sometimes I'm like, where did that thing go? Oh my god, I need it. And so I've got this folder up here called to delete review, and anything that's to be deleted goes in there, and then I'm going to go through that with Dan and just to check I'm not being an idiot, am I? This can be deleted. And then this folder is basically the master renders that we have up on Google Drive. So when something's been totally signed off and done, then it sits on there and it gets uploaded to the Musicisum platform. And so I'm just making sure that the absolute final copies of the lessons is what is stored on the archive as well. So basically it's a big old day of going through the data and making sure that this course is ready to be archived, and if we ever need to come back to it further down the line, that we're not scratching our heads going, where did that thing go? So yeah, that's basically what today's about. A bit of a data media management day, the exciting life of running a video company. No, it's cool. It's a very important part of the process because you've got to be on top of your stuff. I've got the window slightly open. I can hear seagulls, and I'm getting a very flattering sort of 1980s hair blow going on. Pretty cool. My studio is a mess right now. I just came in and was like unloaded my bag and all my stuff I've taken to work, and not helped by the fact that there's all this exciting gear all up everywhere. We've had loads of stuff arrive, and I'm under strict instructions not to unbox it until we can get together and do an unboxing video. This is killing me because I know what's in this big one. It's a Pelly case. Oh. Anyway, excitement aside, back to this. Dan has been in Poland. I think he's flying back today, out with the Frog Leap guys doing Mystic Festival, which looked ridiculous. So congrats to those guys. Hope you have an awesome day. Thanks for following us on this vlog. It's something that we are trying to keep consistent and do. And you know, right now it's very much the phase is kind of getting ready for the next phase. You know, we're going to be kicking off a lot of new content. So we were kind of both conscious of, are we doing enough interesting stuff on camera to warrant a vlog? But I guess for us right now it's more just documenting our journey and our process, because we're going to look back on this and go, wow, do you remember that? Do you remember when we were doing that? But much more interesting stuff is coming soon, because we're about to start off some filming. So anyway, this is behind the scenes, literally behind the chaos. Good God, have a good day.